how to play Myst. In the beginning you are going to get the story mode, and after a while, after you choose a bunch of answers and you see what is happening, you are going to get here. This is you. In the beginning you are going to be more of a human and turn into a monster as you progress and level up. This thing next to you is a helper, a monster that helps you and passively shoots enemies when she is close enough to them. You are going to also unlock more and more areas as you level up, but first you are going to get here. This machine is where you should come every once in a while to dump the resources that you gather in the backpack. As you can see, 0% this backpack, because I dumped everything, I have nothing with me. This machine is absolutely useless because you are going to get ads every 1 minute. You are going to get ads and resources for watching them. And for instance, look here, 7.17 billion meets if I open and watch the ad. And this machine, this is making 400,000 meets in, I don't know, a few minutes, and the ad is giving me 4 billion meets. So my recommendation would be to never touch this machine, don't upgrade it, don't do nothing, and just watch ads, because if you don't watch ads you are going to need 1 year to finish the game. I finished it with ads in like 3 days or 2 days and a half. Anyway, this yard of this guy is your safe space. When you are here, when you are a beginner, you can come here and regenerate your health much faster than you would otherwise. You can, if you fight with monsters and you start getting wrecked, you can either run away and let the creature following you snipe them, or you can go back in your backyard and regenerate. In order to attack a monster with your character, you only have to go close to the monster and it's going to hit automatically. You cannot control how you hit, how you attack normally, but you can control your skills and how you activate them. So it's basically a story mode and you have to do certain tasks, but you won't be able to do all the tasks every time. Kill the big chunkers, like the monsters that are bigger than the others, in order to get gems. And as I was saying, you're not going to be allowed to do all the quests immediately when you get them. You are going to first have to level up. Like you have this quest, bring this thing or fight that monster, but you will only be able to complete it if you level up enough. So yeah, basically you are going to have to farm monsters and get experience. Each time you kill something you get experience and also resources. The main currency in the game, again big chunker, it's giving gems. The main currency is meat in this game. Look, resources. Now I have loads of diamonds, gems. The gems are used for unlocking skill slots. I used to have only 1 slot. These 3 on the upper part of the screen are the slots in which I'm putting the skills from here, from the lower part. So I have now 10 skills and slots in which I can put them. I farmed a lot of gems in order to unlock them. You can live without unlocking skill slots, but it's going to be a pain to keep changing the skills one at a time. This way you can change all 3 of them at once. Okay, and now the resources. You are going to need them for upgrading yourself and the monster fighting alongside you. Now everything is on maximum level and I'm waiting for the update for the game, because that's as much as I can progress now. They are going to require meat in the beginning, then meat and hearts. And you are going to get hearts by defeating monsters. At some point they are going to start giving hearts as well. And after you upgrade a certain skill a certain number of times, you are going to need brains then. Brains are more valuable and more rare. But the monsters aren't going to be giving you brains and bones from the beginning. They are going to give them to you when you are going to need them and level up some more. And then you are going to need meat and bones. So that's it. The resources. That's about the resources. And yeah, you can go to different areas like so. The screen is going to get black and then the new area is going to appear. Also the backpack, if you fill it, you won't be able to pick up the resources from the ground. For instance, now you can see some bones as the resources and meat, obviously, because everyone gives meat, and they are going to go into the backpack. Once it's full, you won't be able to collect any more stuff, so you should go to that backyard of that guy to put them in that machine. So yeah, when fighting monsters, it's you should use the skills, for instance, and you can use them strategically. So shield and then rage to increase the damage of any attack, and then luck for increasing the experience. I like to put them first. So I approach a monster, shield, enrage, then luck, and then I press this button again and go to the skills. When you open the skills menu, the combat is going to stop. So battles later on in the game are going to become a matter of simply choosing the skills and pressing buttons. Yeah, so I use them, and now I replace them with other skills, more combative types to do damage, like let's say these ones. And while these ones are chosen and I'm activating them, the skills I have used are still going to take effect. So for instance, I don't have the shield on the bottom of my screen now, but it was still taking effect. Okay, now if you are getting wrecked, you can also, and the shield is used, choose freeze to immobilize everyone around you, freeze, and then attacks. And when you are on low HP, wait without fighting to regenerate, and then go into combat again. You can also use the med kits. You can see one where it says 26 to restore all your health. You get them by watching ads or as random drops from tasks. Here I use a skill and fight. These enemies also stun you. You are going to be paralyzed in place if you get hit. Yeah, so the strategy, the basic one is pretty much use either shield or freeze and then spam all the other attacks. Open this menu, choose the skills, spam them. Like so, freeze, spam these other ones. Then open the menu again, choose something else, other attacks. Well, the luck is not an attack, but you get what I mean. Spam everything once again when you are in combat, then open this menu again and choose different skills. And that's about it. It might not be very exciting, but that's how you fight in this game. So shield, another attack, and so on. You are also going to unlock certain buildings by finding codes, and you're going to get some resources from that. Or if you don't get the codes, if you are not able to solve the puzzles, it's not a problem, because the resources they give, you can get them from fighting monsters just as well. And yeah, that's about it. You are going to farm a lot to level up and be allowed to do your quests. Otherwise, every monster has a certain quirk. For instance, these ones are following you and exploding when before dying. Other ones stun you, other monsters run away from you, and so on. The more you progress, the more dangerous they are going to become. If you die, you are going to get respawned in the backyard of that guy. He's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of Jesus reviving you and retrieving your corpse. And yeah, but if you die, you are going to lose all the resources in the backpack, from what I know. So all your fighting is going to have been for nothing. So empty the backpack every once in a while so that when you die, you are not going to lose too much. We are going now towards that guy to leave the things that we farmed. As you can see, ads, watch ad to get bones. Now I don't need them because I max level and I finish the game basically. This fence is electrified. You can take damage if you keep sitting next to it, and you can take damage by touching the power lines, electricity from this pole and whatnot. But that's quite insignificant now. I have too much HP to be affected by such things. And generally when you have a task, it's going to show you this arrow next to you. You see it underneath my legs pretty much. It shows that I have a quest. I've done this quest days ago, but it's probably some kind of bug. Anyway, most of the time you are going to figure them out and finish your quests. They are generally signaled by a looking glass or something. You know when you have something to do somewhere. Here, notes. These are useless notes to make up the story, what people have said, different things belonging to this world, but sometimes there are clues. For instance, there was a number highlighted. It said, which number was it? First, from 1. Now you can find other notes that have highlighted the word 3, 4, 7, and that is actually a code for unlocking a door from a building from where you can get loot, resources, meats and body parts, brains and whatnot. These are some extra quests and puzzles. You can solve them if you can figure them out. If you don't know, if you don't understand them, then it's just as well. You can farm normally. For instance, here I put the code 1, 3, 4, 7 in whatever order. I just kept pressing the numbers randomly and I opened this chest and got some resources like these ones. So yeah, most of the time is going to be spent leveling up in order to be allowed to do quests. Yeah, here another note. These are just for fun or offer a bunch of clues. 7 is highlighted. It was one of the numbers in that code. And I guess that's about it. So when upgrading things, I would recommend you to upgrade Elysia first, her attack and attack speed, and then attack radius. Because when you are fighting enemies as a beginner, you are going to just oftentimes just walk around them while Elysia is going to snipe them on her own. Because if you sit there and exchange punches with a bunch of enemies, they are going to overwhelm you and you are going to lose HP. So you are going to run around while regenerating your HP, and Elysia is going to be the one shooting them from a certain distance. And that's why, but you should also upgrade your own character, because at some point you are going to have enough HP to simply stand and exchange punches with the monsters. You are going to find a balance between what you choose to upgrade first. You can go to certain areas. I'm going to show you another area. Here you can find other types of enemies. For instance, these spiders, they run away from you, and it might be harder to catch them if you are a beginner and you have low speed. Some enemies are quite dumb and useless. They just sit there and don't do anything. And here, for instance, I had to find a bunch of levers and pull them in order to unlock a building that gave me loot and notes. They are just for fun, just to create a fictional world in which things happen. They are not, they don't have practical value for you, many of them. The first time I got here, I could also touch certain elements of the environment, and the character would make remarks, but they aren't necessary for progressing. And also, the characters you talk with and yourself are really snarky and edgy and annoyed. Everyone is mean and makes fun of you or has no patience and so on. This is the kind of people you are going to meet. Just like in the Stephen King novels and movies, nobody is just nice. Everyone is snarky and edgy, like some teenagers who are trying to be mean at all times. And the story is that pretty much a portal got opened because the government did some shady experiments and monsters came from a different dimension. That should be the story in this game and the story in the movie and book. And you also